Hello, City fans. In this video, you'll get the latest updates on Manchester City. But before we begin, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates on our team. City fans have received fantastic news regarding Rodri's return. The Spanish midfielder, who suffered a severe injury against Arsenal in September, is making good progress in his recovery and could return sooner than expected. Initially, it was believed that he would miss the entire season, but now there is growing optimism within the club about his return to the pitch. Rodri's absence has been a major blow for Manchester City. Without him, Pep Guardiola's team has struggled to maintain consistency and has suffered disappointing results. Many experts believe City's drop in performance is directly linked to the lack of a suitable replacement for Rodri. His return would be a huge boost for the remainder of the season, especially now that we are entering a crucial phase of the competitions. Despite his long-term injury, the club has decided to include him in the squad list for the Champions League knockout stage. This move signals confidence in the Spaniard's recovery and suggests he could soon return as a key player in Guardiola's system. Additionally, City is about to find out their next opponent in the Champions League. This Friday's draw will determine whether the citizens will face Real Madrid or Bayern Munich in the playoffs, which begin on 11th of February. Regardless of the opponent, Rodri's presence could make all the difference for the team, ensuring greater stability in midfield. And that's not all. City has also strengthened the squad for the remainder of the season. Young talent Omar Marish, recently signed from Eintracht Frankfurt, has already been registered for the Champions League. Alongside him, defensive reinforcements such as Dur Kusanov and V. have arrived to bolster the team. However, the board is still looking to add one more midfielder before the transfer window closes. City's performance in the Champions League group stage was inconsistent, but the team secured a place in the playoffs with a 3-1 victory over Club Brugge. The match started off tough, with Rafael Ana opening the scoring for the Belgians. However, Mato Kovac equalized, and an own goal from Joel Ordóñez put City ahead. Savinho then sealed the win and secured qualification. In the Premier League, City has also struggled to maintain consistency. The team currently sits in fourth place but remains firmly in the title race. The next big challenge will be against Arsenal, a match that could have a major impact on the battle for the top spot. Since joining Manchester City in 2019, Rodri has played 260 matches and won several major titles, including 4 Premier League titles, as well as the Champions League, the FA Cup, and 2 League Cups. His importance to Guardiola's system is undeniable, and his return could be the missing piece for City to rediscover their best form. Now, I want to hear your thoughts, City fans. Do you think Rodri will return in time to make a difference this season? Can City compete for titles with him back in the squad? Leave your comments below and let's discuss. Stay tuned, as we still have plenty of updates on Kevin De Bruyne's future and City's moves in the transfer market. One of the biggest questions surrounding Manchester City this season is the future of Kevin De Bruyne. The Belgian midfielder, one of the club's greatest icons in recent history, is entering the final months of his contract and could decide his future in the coming months. De Bruyne, who has struggled with injuries this season, remains a key figure in Pep Guardiola's squad. Despite speculation about a potential departure, Manchester City is in no rush to make a decision and intends to give the player complete freedom to determine his next steps. According to reports from the English media, the City board will allow De Bruyne to choose his future without any pressure. The club is willing to offer a contract extension if he wishes to stay, but will not push for a quick decision. The Belgian, who arrived at the Etihad Stadium in 2015 from Wolfsburg, has already expressed his desire to remain at the club and complete a decade wearing the blue shirt. Additionally, he and his family are very settled in Manchester, which could influence his final decision. The British press has also highlighted that De Bruyne is focused on playing in the 2026 World Cup for Belgium, and his decision could take into account preparations for that tournament. Even without an immediate agreement for renewal, the player remains open to negotiations and happy at the club. Manchester City, meanwhile, is expected to be active in the transfer market in the next window, both to strengthen the squad and to manage potential departures. Guardiola has already acknowledged that the squad is aging and that a balance between youth and experience will be necessary. Besides De Bruyne, other players with uncertain futures include Bernardo Silva, Ederson, John Stones, and Jack Grealish. City's challenge will be making the right moves to maintain their high competitive level in the coming years. Now, City fans, the decision is in De Bruyne's hands. Do you think he should renew his contract and stay at City, or should he seek a new challenge? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Rodri's injury has exposed a major weakness in City's squad, the lack of a reliable backup defensive midfielder. Without the Spaniard, the team has lost balance in midfield and seen their Premier League campaign become more difficult. For this reason, Manchester City is in a hurry to sign a new midfielder before the transfer window closes. However, the board must be cautious, as recent signings in this position have not been successful. Calvin Phillips, for example, arrived at the club with high expectations, but never managed to establish himself in Guardiola's team. Matheus Nunes was another investment that has yet to deliver, as the manager does not see him as a natural defensive midfielder. In total, City has spent around $100 million on two players who have not fit into the system. Given this situation, the club must get it right this time. One of the suggested targets is Brazilian midfielder Douglas Luiz, currently at Juventus. The player has been linked with a potential exit from the Italian side and could be a viable option to fill City's midfield gap. Journalist Stephen McInerney believes the board is aware of the need to make the right decision. City cannot afford to make another mistake. They need to find a proper replacement for Rodri to ensure they don't face the same problems in the future, he stated. Now, City fans, do you think Douglas Luiz would be a good option for City's midfield, or would you prefer another name to strengthen the squad? The video isn't over yet. In the next segment, we'll talk about the Champions League draw and the challenges City will face in the knockout stage. Do you want another part? The City knows that a great challenge lies ahead, regardless of which team they face in the playoffs. However, as Kovacic highlighted, this squad has enough quality to overcome any obstacle. Despite an inconsistent campaign, the experience gained in recent seasons, particularly with the Champions League triumph, ensures that the players step onto the pitch with a winning mentality. Another positive factor for City is the gradual return of some injured players, which could strengthen the team at this decisive stage of the season. In addition to Rodri's comeback, which will bring balance to the midfield, the club hopes to have Kevin De Bruyne in peak physical condition for the knockout clashes. The Belgian is a key player in Guardiola's system, and his vision on the pitch could be crucial against top-tier opponents such as Real Madrid or Bayern Munich. But does City need more reinforcements? This is a question many fans are asking. As mentioned earlier, the club is facing a serious issue with the lack of a reliable replacement for Rodri. The January transfer window is still open, and there are rumors that City may make a last-minute move to sign a midfielder. Douglas Luiz is one of the names being speculated as a potential reinforcement for the position, but the board needs to proceed with caution. The club's recent track record in midfield signings has not been great. Phillips and Matheus Nunes arrived with high expectations but failed to deliver. Now the club cannot afford to make the same mistake again. Guardiola has always made it clear that he prefers working with a smaller squad, but this season has shown that City needs a stronger bench to avoid injuries that could compromise the team's performance. The drop in form without Rodri was a clear example of this. Even with the Spaniard's return, the board knows that strengthening the squad now could be crucial to keeping the club's title chances alive. And what about you, City fan? Do you think the club should invest heavily in a new midfielder or trust Rodri's return to solve the problem? Leave your opinion in the comments. Aside from the Champions League, City has a crucial mission in the Premier League, facing Arsenal next Sunday. This match could be decisive in the title race. Currently, the Citizens sit in fourth place, and a positive result against the Gunners could give Guardiola's team a new boost in the competition. Historically, City versus Arsenal clashes have been closely contested in recent years, but Mikel Arteta's team has evolved significantly and is now one of the main contenders for the English title. What can we expect from this big showdown? With Rodri still recovering and De Bruyne returning from injury, Guardiola will need to find the best lineup to balance the team. The defensive unit will also play a crucial role, as Arsenal boast quick and creative attackers. This will be an important test for City's backline, which has alternated between solid performances and moments of instability. If City wins, it could gain a crucial boost for the season's final stretch. But if they lose, the gap to the leaders will widen, making the mission to defend the Premier League title even tougher. Another issue that fans and analysts have been discussing is whether Guardiola should change his tactical approach this season. The Catalan manager has revolutionized English football since joining City, but some believe the team has become predictable for opponents. With a defense that has conceded more goals than usual and an attack that has been less efficient, perhaps it is time for tactical adjustments. Guardiola has previously demonstrated his ability to reinvent the team, and this could be the right moment to test new strategies. Will we see a more pragmatic City in the coming matches? Or will Guardiola stay true to his attacking, possession-based style? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain. The final stretch of the season promises plenty of excitement for Manchester City fans. As the season heats up, City's behind-the-scenes developments are also making headlines. Kevin De Bruyne's future remains one of the main talking points among fans. The Belgian has complete freedom to decide his next move, and the club has no intention of pressuring him into signing a new contract. This means that if an enticing offer comes from another club, De Bruyne could opt for a new challenge. However, all indications suggest that he is happy at City and wishes to continue playing under Guardiola. His family is also well settled in Manchester, which could play a key role in his final decision. If he chooses to renew, it will be a huge relief for the fans. De Bruyne is one of the greatest players in the club's history and still has a lot to offer. But if he decides to leave, City will need to find a worthy replacement, a task that will not be easy. And what do you think, City fans? Should De Bruyne stay or leave? How can the team prepare for the possible departure of the Belgian star? Share your thoughts in the comments. Manchester City faces massive challenges ahead, both in the Premier League and the Champions League. With Rodri's recovery, the potential arrival of new signings, and the uncertainty surrounding De Bruyne's future, the next few months will be crucial for the club. If Guardiola can find the right balance for the team, City could very well finish the season with more trophies. But if the struggles continue, it will be a season of deep reflection for both the board and the fans. Even with so many uncertainties, there is one thing everyone agrees on. Manchester City remains one of the most competitive teams in Europe. Under Guardiola's leadership, the club has built a winning mentality and has become accustomed to competing for titles in all competitions. However, this season has proven to be one of the most challenging in recent years, and success will depend on how the team handles the obstacles that arise along the way. The Champions League remains a major objective for the citizens. After last season's historic triumph, the club is now looking to establish its dominance in Europe. But to do so, they will have to overcome huge challenges in the knockout stage. A potential clash with Real Madrid or Bayern Munich could be seen as a baptism of fire. For many, facing an opponent of this caliber so early in the knockout rounds could be a problem, but, as we have mentioned before, there is another side to this story. Such a fixture could serve as a huge motivator for the team, ensuring that the players enter the tie with maximum concentration and intensity from the very start. Moreover, the Champions League could also play a crucial role in the future of players like De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva. Both have been linked with moves to other leagues, but they know that at City, they have a real chance of continuing to fight for European glory. The fans will also play a fundamental role. The Etihad Stadium will need to be a true fortress in the home matches, pushing the team towards qualification. Against opponents of the caliber of Real Madrid and Bayern Munich, every detail can make a difference, and the supporters' backing could be a decisive factor. If the Champions League is a priority, the Premier League is not far behind. Despite currently sitting in fourth place, City still has a chance to re-enter the title race, but will need an almost perfect run from now on. The match against Arsenal will be a turning point. If City wins, it could gain huge momentum for the rest of the season. But if they lose, the gap at the top of the table will widen, making the mission much more difficult. Fans know that the team has pulled off spectacular comebacks in past Premier League seasons, so there is no reason to give up. However, the competition is stronger than ever, and Guardiola will need to get the absolute best out of his players to keep City in contention. One player who has caught the eye in recent matches is Savinho. The young forward has shown great potential and is starting to earn more minutes on the pitch. His performance against Club Brugge was crucial in securing City's qualification for the Champions League knockout stage, and many fans believe he could become a key figure in Guardiola's squad. With some players leaving in recent seasons and others sidelined through injury, Savinho could find a golden opportunity to shine. His pace, dribbling ability, and finishing skills are attributes that could add a lot to City's attack. If he continues to develop, he might even become a regular starter in the most important games of the season. Guardiola has shown in the past that he is not afraid to trust young talents, and Savinho appears ready for the challenge. And what about you, City fans? Do you think Savinho deserves more chances in the starting 11, or does City still need to strengthen their attack? Leave your opinion in the comments. If the midfield has struggled without Rodri, the defense has also faced difficulties. John Stones, one of the most reliable center-backs in the squad, has been plagued by injuries this season, and his absence has been felt. Without him, City has experimented with different defensive lineups, but has yet to find a definitive solution. Ruben Dias remains the backbone of the defense, but he needs a dependable partner alongside him. Manuel Akanji has performed well, but his inconsistency is a concern in high-stakes matches. Another name worth mentioning is Joško Gvardiol. The Croatian arrived at City with great expectations but has yet to fully establish himself. His talent is undeniable, but Guardiola is looking for more consistency from the defender. With crucial matches ahead, the defense will need to be at its best to ensure that City remains competitive on all fronts. If there is one player who can be decisive for City in the toughest moments, it is Erling Haaland. The Norwegian goal machine continues to be a lethal finisher, but he has also struggled with some physical issues this season. The good news is that he is now fully fit and ready to lead the team's attack in the upcoming challenges. Haaland has already proven that he can decide games on his own, and his presence on the pitch is always a nightmare for opposing defenses. What City needs now is to find the best way to maximize his talent. With De Bruyne returning to the team and Savinho on the rise, Haaland could have even more support to continue his prolific scoring form. Will he be able to break new records this season? Leave your predictions in the comments. Manchester City's season has been full of ups and downs, but there is still time to turn this year into another historic campaign. With Rodri back, De Bruyne deciding his future, the defense searching for stability, and Haaland ready to shine, there are plenty of reasons for fans to remain optimistic. The next few matches will be crucial in defining the team's destiny. The Champions League and Premier League are still within reach, and Guardiola will have to use all his experience to guide City to success. And what about you, City fans? What do you expect from Manchester City in this final stretch of the season? Do you think the team can win more trophies again? Leave your comment and join the discussion. That was another video from our channel. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to stay updated with all the latest news about our team. See you next time.